If this touched your soul, don't scroll, like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. My dear, I heard something very disturbing. Love's silence often hides the deepest wounds. The truth we hide often screams loudest in the quiet moments. Some loves are flames that burn only to illuminate our own darkness. I learned that heartbreak is the universe's way of realigning our souls. Your absence is the echo of a song my heart still sings. I heard that love's true test is surviving its loss without bitterness. Sometimes the hardest part is not losing love, but losing who we were with it. The weight of your silence crushes what remains of my hope. I learned that the soul knows when to let go before the heart does. Your love was a storm that taught me how to breathe in chaos. I heard how some goodbyes are blessings in disguise, wrapped in pain. The ache of losing you is the silent teacher of my strength. I learned that some hearts break to create space for new love's light. Your absence is the void where my love still lives, quietly waiting. I heard that true love sometimes means walking away to save yourself. The pain of loving you taught me the depth of my own soul. I learned that healing comes when we stop fighting the past. Your love was a beautiful wound that never fully healed. I heard that sometimes love's greatest act is the courage to release. The silence you left behind is the loudest truth I ever heard. Love's echo lingers long after the last word falls silent between us. I carry your absence like a secret wound no one sees. Some loves are meant to burn out, so new light can be born. The hardest love is the one we must lose to find ourselves. I learned that loving you broke me and built me anew. Your silence taught me the language of pain I never wanted to speak. The ghost of your love haunts the quiet spaces of my heart. I heard that sometimes love is the goodbye we never wanted to say. The weight of your memory bends time and shatters peace. Healing is the quiet rebellion of a heart refusing to stay broken. Your absence is a poem I can't stop reading, though it hurts. I learned love's greatest test is forgiving what never was forgiven. Some hearts break just to teach us how to beat again. Your love was a storm I chased, only to be lost in its fury. I heard that love's silence is the loudest cry of the soul. The space you left is filled with all the words I never said. Loving you was the sweetest pain my soul has ever known. I learned that sometimes we love the idea more than the reality. Your memory is the shadow that follows me through every lonely night. The quiet after love dies feels like a world collapsing softly. I heard the truth. Love is often a beautiful kind of madness. The ache inside me is proof you were once my everything. Healing begins when we stop chasing the ghost of your love. Your goodbye was the silence that shattered all my tomorrows. I learned love's hardest lesson is letting go when your heart screams stay. Some loves leave scars that time only polishes but never erases. The space between us grew louder than any words ever could. I heard that love's most painful goodbye is never really goodbye. Your absence is the shadow dance my heart cannot escape. Loving you taught me the depth of silence after the storm. I learned some hearts are meant to walk alone to truly heal. The echo of your love still hums in my veins, unspoken. Your love was a fleeting light, too bright to hold, but impossible to forget. I heard that sometimes love is the quiet surrender of a fighting soul. The silence you left behind is louder than all the noise before. Loving you broke me so I could build myself from the ruins. I learned that some goodbyes are seeds planted for new beginnings. Your memory is a soft ache I carry beneath my ribs. The hardest part of love is learning to live without it. I heard the universe whisper that heartbreak is the soul's awakening. Your absence is a cold fire that still burns inside me. Loving you was my sweetest mistake and my deepest truth. I learned that sometimes the heart knows what the mind refuses to see. The space you left is filled with echoes of all we could have been. I heard that love's true power lies in its ability to heal. Your silence is a wound I touch every time I remember. Loving you taught me how to survive the quietest wars. I learned that sometimes love's greatest gift is the courage to let go. Your memory lingers like a song without an ending. The ache of losing you carved a home inside my soul. I heard the truth. Love is the greatest risk and the deepest wound. Your absence is the shadow where my hope once danced. Loving you was a lesson in beautiful, painful surrender. I learned some hearts break only to open wider than before. The silence between us holds all the words we never dared speak. I heard that love's most honest truth is found in its loss. My dear, I heard something very disturbing yesterday. How love can quietly disappear without a single goodbye. The silence after your voice fades feels louder than any argument we ever had. I heard a whisper, your absence is the wound no time can heal. Love wasn't broken, it was just buried beneath layers of unspoken truths. Yesterday, I learned that regret is love's cruel, uninvited shadow. Some hearts vanish slowly, like stars fading before dawn's harsh light. The most painful echoes come from promises you thought would never break. I heard your name on lips that should never have known it. They say time heals, but I learned it only teaches how to survive absence. Love is a ghost haunting rooms we once shared in sunlight. I heard how your heart whispered to mine, and mine refused to listen. Sometimes love dies quietly beneath the noise of everyday survival. The hardest goodbyes are those we never spoke aloud. Yesterday's silence screamed louder than all our fights combined. I heard the truth. You loved me less than I loved you. The deepest scars are carved by words left unsaid. Your shadow lingers where my light used to live. I heard a secret. You never truly saw me, only a version you wanted. Love's death is not loud. It's the quiet that kills us slowly. The heart breaks in whispers, not shouts. I heard the lie we told ourselves. Forever isn't always forever. Your silence built walls I no longer dare to climb. Sometimes love is the cruelest form of loneliness. I heard yesterday that some souls drift apart, not by choice, but by fate. Regret is the ghost that haunts love's empty room. The universe spoke softly. Some loves are lessons disguised as pain. I heard your goodbye before you even said it. The ache of missing you is a silent symphony playing endlessly. Love is not what we keep, but what we lose and still carry. I learned that healing is not forgetting, but carrying love differently. Yesterday, I felt the weight of your absence heavier than stone. Your love was a fire that burned and left me cold ashes. I heard that even stars fall when no one watches. Some loves die in silence, so others can survive in noise. I learned love's most painful truth. Sometimes it's the wrong person at the right time. Your absence whispered more truth than your presence ever did. I heard that heartbreak is love's unspoken currency. Some silences scream louder than any apology. Yesterday's love stories end in chapters no one wants to reread. I learned that the soul remembers what the heart forgets. Your goodbye was the loudest word I never wanted to hear. I heard that love can be a beautiful lie we tell ourselves. The deepest connections sometimes unravel in quiet desperation. I learned that sometimes holding on is the cruelest betrayal. Love's shadow lingers long after the light has gone. I heard how your heart was never fully mine to keep. The pain of losing you is the price of once loving you. Yesterday, I felt how love can leave a wound too deep to see. I learned that silence can be the loudest scream of all. Your love was a song I could no longer hear. I heard that some hearts break to make space for healing. The ache of your memory is the silence between every heartbeat. Love's greatest betrayal is when it becomes a stranger's whisper. I learned that sometimes the hardest goodbye is the one never spoken. Your absence filled the room louder than your presence ever did. I heard how love sometimes demands we let go to truly live. The universe told me that some love stories are meant to end unfinished. Yesterday, I realized the pain of loving you was my awakening. I learned that healing begins when we stop chasing what's lost. Your love was a tide that pulled me far from shore. I heard the silence between us was louder than any fight. Some loves are stars that burn too bright and then vanish. I learned that regret is love's shadow we carry in silence. Your memory is a wound that time refuses to close. I heard that love sometimes chooses absence over presence. The ache of missing you is a quiet storm within. Yesterday, I felt how love's loss teaches the deepest truths. I learned that sometimes love's greatest gift is release. Your shadow is the proof that once you were my light. I heard how love can quietly slip through the cracks of trust. The pain of your absence is the echo of what once was. I learned that silence can be a language louder than words. Your love was a flame I fought to keep burning. I heard the universe whisper, sometimes love dies to let us grow. The ache in my chest is your absence written in my bones. Yesterday, I felt how love's ending is a new beginning unseen. I learned that healing is the art of loving yourself again. Your goodbye was the last breath of a love we couldn't save. I heard that sometimes the heart breaks to become whole again.